Yo, yo, yo. It's Mark and Mark's Tarot. And done. She wants to be the highlight of the show right now. Swishing up her blanket to make it comfortable. What the fuck was I gonna do? Yes, I know I'm live. Hopefully you give them notifications to everybody. Still so retarded. There's a treat right next to her mouth. She's smelling it now. And it's been there for like 2 days and she won't eat it. But any other day she'll eat it. She's being a difficult, naughty doggy. As usual. Pain in the ass. It's pain in the ass. Shit still isn't here yet. Let me see. Books. Some pair of shorts. Unreal. Oh boy. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot about that. Damn it. Totally forgot about that shit. Um, some people's opinions. I'll take a picture of this real quick. Send this to my nephew. Oh shit. What was you not? Oh, nice, Miss Bikini. You're inspiring me now. I need to get on the treadmill too. I've been walking around just trying to get like loose. I walked around the house for a little bit today. Not that much, but I did. I need to get on the treadmill, but I need some motivation, man. I need some damn motivation. I think you might have just gave me my motivation. Street live. Play music and watch the lights. Oh, nice. That's cool. Well, that's good that you're on the treadmill and you got your motivation. Yeah, that's a good thing. I definitely need to get back on there. Definitely need to get back on my grind. Yeah. The humidity today was almost 100%. It was 90 something percent. Like as soon as you walk out the door, you can feel it. It's ridiculous. I did some work today. I worked on my nephew's closet. I went to the city to get the um get some more paint and stuff. I cut some more uh, pieces of wood and got everything organized so I can because my nephew is going to a volleyball tournament tomorrow for like 5 hours. So I told him that when he leaves, I'll go in his room and paint the closet again so he doesn't smell the fumes, and I can open up all his windows and put the fan on and get rid of the smell before he comes back. So hopefully I can do that. He goes into a volleyball tournament tomorrow. It's going to be hot as shit tomorrow too on the beach for him. Better him than me. I hate summertime, and it's definitely getting hotter now. It's going into July. It's the end of June, so it's and it rained all day yesterday. So when the sun came out today, or when I went live earlier, and it was still like cloudy and weird, and it was sprinkling here and there. But this afternoon, it really heated up. Like after like 2, 3 o'clock, the sun came out, and like you can feel the steam off the ground from all the rain. And I'm like, oh boy. It was so windy last night that it was rattling my screen door. Oh my god, it was annoying. So last night, when I left here last night, I was in my bed and I was ready to go. I was falling asleep, and all of a sudden, big loud thunder. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, holy shit. It woke me up right out of my sleep. Well, I wasn't asleep yet, but I was like on my way, and then just boom, it just aggravated me even more. And then all this wind and rain, and it was like after 2 o'clock in the morning before I really got some sleep. And then I woke up at 6:30, and then I fell back asleep, and then I got up at 8. So I barely got any damn sleep. And I'm not even that tired or anything. I'm just glad my headache's gone. Yesterday I had a bad headache, but today it's fine. Today I don't have a headache. No, I'm good. I drank a lot of water. Um, I just have like I don't have heartburn, but it's like my stomach doesn't feel that great. You know, it's not like not nauseous or anything. I just like I don't know what the hell it is. It's just like it's like a touch of heartburn, but it's not. It's weird to explain. It doesn't affect me that much, but and like I feel it, like, and I'm like, what the hell? It just don't make no sense. Yeah, Just magnesium. Yeah. I don't know. The last couple of days, I haven't had decent nights of sleep, and I don't know why. Ever since the full moon, I haven't had no decent sleep. The last time I really slept like 7 or 8 hours was like about 2 weeks ago, and I told everybody about it on here. And after that, I never really got no sleep. Next time I get good sleep, I ain't fucking saying nothing. I swear, man. It's like I don't know. Yeah, yeah. My older brother-in-law. Well, he's my only brother-in-law now. Um, he gets rash when he cuts the trees, like cuts the hedges. He gets like a rash all over him. Gives him like a rash. But I don't get that shit. Thank God. I don't get it. You know what gave me a rash on my face? See, my face is clear now. I stopped eating fruit. My face has a reaction to fruit, and I love fruit, but I just can't eat it. I can eat certain types. I can eat apples and oranges and watermelon and things like that, but I can't eat like pineapple, grapes, um, melon, blueberries. Like there's certain like when I ate like a fruit salad, even when I stopped eating fruit salad and I just ate grapes, I still my face will break out in a rash. I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with certain types of fruit I eat. I tried to narrow it down. Hey Nina, how you doing, sweetie? I tried to narrow it down which fruit it is, but it's multiple fruits that do it to me. Like my face will get all red, like all around here and all around my nose and all around like that. And then even on the side, I have like a big red patch, like when I used to eat the fruit salad. And I never ate fruit salad like that before, like fruits. I just wanted to eat something different. I never been like a fruit guy, like because I know it doesn't do too good in my body. Even when I eat bananas, it doesn't set right with me. And I take after my dad because my dad don't eat no fruit because when he does, he reacts to it. Even one of my nephews, when he eats strawberries, he breaks out in hives. So certain people in my family can't eat fruit like that because they it's like we're allergic to it or something, or it fucks up our body or our skin. I used to eat fruit all the time when I was younger, but as I got older, my body didn't want it anymore. And I'm like, oh well, fuck it. So I'm kind of upset that I can't eat fruit a lot, or I don't eat it at all now. 'Cause I stopped eating it for like it's been like the third month I haven't eaten, and I had my face never got red ever since. And it used to get itchy. Yeah, I used to itch my eyebrows, my nose, my face. All under here used to be all like red. It used to look terrible. I used to come online. Nobody really said anything, um, but I noticed it. Like I was like, I don't know. And then it used to itch every now and then. But I'm thinking, I'm eating fruit. I'm gonna eat healthy shit, and sometimes healthy things to one person is a disaster to another. So ever since every time I go to the grocery store and I see that fruit salad there, I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I could eat it. Like, 'cause it tastes so good. I love fruit, but it just fucks my face up. So instead of like, trying to figure out which fruits and all that shit, I ain't got no time for that shit. So now I don't eat. The only fruit that I eat that I know that doesn't do anything to me is apples. Cause I eat apple pie, I eat apple tarts, I eat apple everything, and I never have no problem with apples. So, but apples are like, only good to me in a pie or in like, a tart or something. Or a regular apple's fucking boring. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. Certain things you can't eat. Could be worse, Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Yeah, see, my dog agrees. But I'm actually gonna try and get some apples and eat them and see if I have a reaction. And if I don't, I'm gonna try and eat more apples and maybe oranges too. Because I drink orange juice and I every day I drink orange juice. Not every day, but like I drink orange juice often, especially in the morning. And I never have like, and I sometimes I drink orange juice live, and I in my bottle of water I put half water, half orange juice, and I don't have no reaction to it. So apples and oranges I'm okay, but when I eat bananas it gives me indigestion. I know pineapple don't set with me either, and I love cantaloupe and honeydew melon, but I think they affect me too. And grapes affect me, blueberries, strawberries. I've eaten like those fruits separately and they still affect me. So I know those fruits get me. But it's all good. It's all good. It's life. My mom always said to me that as you get older, your body's going to reject things, or your body's not going to be able to handle the certain things anymore. And she's right. Certain things you just can't eat, or your body's like, nah, bro. It's like soda. I don't drink soda anymore. The last time I drank soda, the only time, not the last time, but the only time I drink soda is on Christmas Day. Because a lot of people in my family drink Sprite or Coke or Sunkist, right? So, it's there. And if it's there, on Christmas Day, I'll have one cup, like one, like, plastic cup. I'll put some ice in it and I'll pour some Sunkist or Sprite or hell no to Coca Cola. I don't drink Coca Cola. I've always been a Pepsi guy. I don't drink Coke. I love Pepsi, but I was addicted to Pepsi. Like I drank Pepsi all day, every day. Even in my beginning lives that I did, I would used to see me with Pepsi all the time. But I can't drink that shit no more. It causes too much acid reflux for me. There's many times on a hot summer day I would love to drink like a Pepsi Cola, like iced down and watered down, and it tastes so good. But I can't do it anymore because that shit will destroy my stomach. So I don't drink soda, but on Christmas Day, when the soda's there, I have one cup and it doesn't affect me. And I'll drink like Sprite or something like that. But soda can be poison for your body if you're certain people it don't matter. I know people who drink soda every day and it don't affect them at all. But me, I can't. I can't drink soda. I can't eat fruit, certain fruits. Um, Even like tomato sauce or like ragu sauce or whatever, or pizza sauce. That shit fucks me all up too. I can't eat too much saucy things like lasagna and spaghetti sauce and pizza sauce. I can't eat all that stuff too often. That's another thing that gives me acid reflux. Ugh. But it seems like most things that I eat nowadays, like today I ate today for lunch I had a croissant with fried egg and bacon, just two slices of bacon, right, in the sandwich, and they were like small slices like that. And I ate it, and literally like 20 minutes, I started like getting like heartburn from the bacon, and that doesn't happen like to me. I used to eat bacon and eggs and all that shit, no problem. But lately, every time I eat bacon, it gives me like this nasty burps and it gives me like indigestion. And I'm like, fuck. It's like, what the fuck, man? What can I eat now? Damn it! So I'm thinking about trying turkey bacon. I used to like turkey bacon, a certain type, because turkey bacon never gave me like that nasty, like uh zesty type of heartburn. So I might try to eat turkey bacon next week. When I go to the store, I'll get some turkey bacon and try it. I'll get like a small package and see if it gives me indigestion. And then I won't eat the pork bacon anymore. But it's not like I get indigestion where like it's like, you know I want to throw up or something. It's just annoying to have. You know, you just feel that like feeling. You're like, ugh, I don't like that. But thank God for Tums and Pepto and things like that. But one time, a nurse, my friend that's a nurse, she told me that if I eat yogurt every day, I won't get heartburn. But I stopped eating yogurt because it's gross. I can't eat yogurt, man. That shit's nasty. I don't like yogurt like that. I just can't eat that shit. It just tastes so fake, and it's just too like, no. I found the type of yogurt that I like. It's called La Yogurt. It's pretty good, but like I just can't eat that shit. I just can't like. Ugh. It just doesn't taste right. But it did work though. It did take my heartburn away, and it did like, it's the probiotic one. Because if you have the probiotics, actually, you know what? I think I might get some yogurt and just like bite the bullet and just eat it and just shut up. Because when I was eating yogurt, I actually felt better too. I'll admit it. It definitely was a good suggestion to help me with my heartburn. I just don't like it, man. I can't eat yogurt like that. Like yogurt tastes gross to me. And everybody's telling me, "Oh, try this yogurt, try that yogurt." I'm like, I did, and I don't like it. What part of I don't like it? You don't understand. Like that shit's gross. I don't want to eat that shit. But there's a mango yogurt that I like, but I haven't seen it on the shelf lately. Let me write that down. See if I can get some yogurt tomorrow. See if they have the mango one. Let me try that. See if I can get rid of this weird feeling in my stomach. Feels like heartburn, but maybe if I eat the yogurt, it'll go away. Because that's what happened last time. Yogurt like cured my stomach. The probiotic one. Let me try that tomorrow. Okay. Yogurt, man. I wrote that down. What's tomorrow? Saturday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, yogurt. That sounds like a winner. I think I might get some yogurt tomorrow. See if I feel better. See if my stomach gets better. Let me write down apples. Try to eat some apples. See if it works. That sounds good. Cool. I'll see if I can do that. Fuck, it's quiet on here. I'm surprised. Nobody loves. Nobody. I'm getting. I'm only been on here for half an hour. No love today. All right. Some days is all or nothing, and some days is nobody, and some days is one or two, and then that's how it is. I guess everybody must be on vacation or their weekend. They must be turning up. Oh, Miss Bikini, are you here? That's what I wanted to ask you. Do you drink wine or no? I wanted to ask you if you drank wine. Like you drink wine like every day or something like that, or you don't drink at all. Oh, okay. Not very often. Okay. Well, that's a good thing. Like when I get packages like from the states, like I got a package today. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Because when I get packages like from these sports places, they give me like these coupons and shit, right? So I give a lot of the coupons away because I can't use it in Bermuda. It's only for the United States. I don't know why they send me that shit because they know I live here and I know I can't use it. So I have like a wine certificate for like $100, but I give it to all my friends that drink. But I said, I'm gonna ask you if you drink wine every day, it's beneficial for somebody who drinks every day. So I was gonna give you my next one. But if you ain't drinking, then yeah, I'm not trying to give you that to encourage you to drink. I wanted to give it to some of my friends in Canada, but it doesn't work in Canada. It's only for the United States. So I was pissed that I can't like use it. Yeah, I just gave one of the certificates to my friend. She drinks wine all the time, and it was her birthday, so I gave it to her. She was all happy and stuff. So. But yeah, I give it away to people that drink wine and stuff that's in the states. But I got another one the other day, so I gave it to her. But it comes in every fucking package. Like I got another one today. And I'm like, sometimes I just throw them away because I don't even want nobody to get drunk or nobody to drink anyway. I'm like against alcohol for like 7 years now. But I don't mind people who do it, I mean, that's all right. You can have like, a beer or something like that, like honestly, like I used to love drinking a Heineken, like a nice cold Heineken and or a Corona with a lime in it. Those are my two favorite beers. And now I just don't have the urge to do it. It's like it's the grossest thing ever. Even a cigarette or weed, I just can't do it anymore. I just don't have the urge. Hey, Gardy Sunday, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. It's good to see you. But yeah, I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke. I don't even like yesterday I was driving and I smelled like pure weed, right? Somebody was smoking weed in a car in front of me. And I'm like, fuck, that smells good. And then I was like, but I never had the urge to do it again. You know what I mean? And now it's like legal everywhere and it's like, yeah, where the fuck was this when I was doing it? I was always living in fear when I was doing it. Always thinking I'm gonna get locked up or something's gonna happen. And now it's like free to the world. It's so annoying. Of course, I had to stop for that to happen. But I think it's also was a test to see if I would do it again. But like I don't care for it anymore. I did it for so long that I just don't give a shit anymore. You too, Girly Sunday. I'm glad. I hope you're okay. Everything's good. You never smoke weed ever? Yeah. Yeah, I used to smoke weed like every day, all day. But it didn't affect me like it didn't affect my life or I wasn't like an addict or something like that. It was just something that I liked to do to like see that's why my sleeping patterns have never been the same because right about now I'll be like it's like midnight here. Right before I go sleep, I'd have a few like tokes and I'll go straight sleep. I won't have no problem sleeping. That's what I miss about weed. It used to put me to sleep all the time. And now there's been days where I don't sleep and I can't. And I know if I were to like have a few draws or whatever, a few tokes of that joint, I'll go straight sleep. I'll be happy as fuck. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep now. I ain't got no problems now. And see, that's what it should be used for. And it makes you hungry. So people who have no appetite, if you smoke, you'll get it. You'll get the appetite to eat. And if you can't sleep, weed will put you to sleep. That's for sure. I started smoking weed when I was like 16, going 17 maybe, and I stopped when I was 40. So this August will make 7 years I stopped. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped smoking weed and drinking all in the same time. I said, fuck it, I'm not doing it no more. But I have had like a beer here and there, and I haven't smoked cigarette or weed in 7 years. Guaranteed. I can promise you I never have. I completely gave it up, and it was the best thing I ever did in my life. And it's not because those things are like, bad to me. It's just I had to do it for myself. I had to do it for my body. And I didn't want to smoke around my nephews and I don't want them to see me smoke weed or smell it or see me drink. Like I always wanted to be a good influence to kids. And that's why they don't do it. None of my nephews smoke. But my one of my nephews drink though. But yeah, I used to smoke weed for years, every day, all day. And when I stopped, nobody believed me. And I was like, I'm dead serious. I don't smoke no weed no more. I'm like, people don't believe. People still think I smoke weed. They'll come up to me like, yo, you want this? I'm like, no, man, I'm good. Man, fuck off, man. You're pranking me. I'm like, no, man, I don't smoke anymore. Just like accept it. Like I don't do it anymore. They're like, no, man, you're lying. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever you want to believe. Like I ain't smoked in years. Like even my best friend, he was like, "You're serious? You're gonna stop?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm done. I can't do it anymore, man. I want to be a good influence to my nephews, and I want to make myself a better person." And weed got more expensive here. See, it was too much. It's too much to smoke weed here. It's too expensive, and that shit was burning my account. Cigarettes went up. When I stopped smoking 7 years ago, cigarettes got up to $11 a pack. And I was like, fuck you, I ain't spending no $11 for no cigarettes. You must be crazy. That's like 50 cents a cigarette. Fuck that. I was like, I ain't smoking no more. And weed was like $150 a quarter and $600 an ounce. And sometimes it was more than that depending on who you got it from, like. So it was really expensive here. And alcohol is the same thing. It was like $12 for a 6 pack, all this bullshit. So by the time I bought all three things every other day or every day, fuck, that shit was burning my account. And I was paying rent and all that. I was like, oh, hell no. And I'm an electrician, so I never like really smoked on the job or drank on the job. So like when I got home, I would do it, or on my lunch break, I'll have something. But then I just felt like, Mark, you just gotta stop, and I did. Yeah, the thing is like, yeah, well, that's another reason why I did it, girly. That's another reason why I did it, because I wanted to, like, when I reached 40 that summer, in that August, that summer day, I woke up one day and I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, fuck, Mark, you're 40 years old. It's time to give up the weed. Your nephews are getting older. I don't want them to see me smoke weed and, judge me, or like, cause I'm their idol and they love me and shit. I don't want them to like smoke weed or be like the influence of something, drinking or smoking cigarettes. I don't want them to be like me in that sense. So I did it more for that reason, but I also did it for like myself because it was too expensive. So I had many reasons to stop. So they're not even my kids, but they looked up to me a lot. So like I don't want to be a bad influence. But I told them that I used to do it. And my sister says, I can't believe that you stopped because you used to do it all day, every day. And I'm like, yep. Every time somebody saw me, I was fucking always smoking cigarettes, drinking. But see, I was never like a addict. I didn't need it. I just wanted it. It was just like a relaxation. Working hard all day, then you come home, you crack open a beer, have your cigarette, then you roll up your joint and fucking smoke it, and then you're gonna sleep. That was like the good life, coming home and just doing that. But then I was like, you know what, man, fuck this shit. It's time to stop. It was very hard to stop at first because like I was like, nah, I ain't stopping. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna keep going. Then I just said, nah, you gotta stop, bro. And I didn't need any help stopping. I already knew that it was the best thing to do. So, and then I focused a lot on my spirituality, and then when I started doing more mediumship readings, it was like, God pretty much, after doing readings for people that I knew was telling me the truth, and they were telling me like, I was right, and I was seeing shit, and I knew I had the gift, but I had to like stop doing all those things in order to enhance it. And now like I'm like, yep, I'm good. I know I made the right choice. So yeah. I never bashed like weed or anything. I bash is alcohol. Like, cigarettes and alcohol is definitely bad for you. You know, some people say wine is good for you, probably because it's got grapes in it or whatever. But like, everything is bad for you if you abuse it. And see, I never abused alcohol. I wouldn't say never. I got drunk a few times, but like, I didn't, kill anybody. I didn't bother anybody when I was drunk. Even the time I wasn't drunk all the time, but like, I got tapped up and I felt good. There was times where, I did stupid shit or whatever, but I never endangered anybody's life. And when I smoked cigarettes, I was only hurting myself really. And when I smoked weed, I never bothered nobody. I never disrespected somebody's home and shit. So like I did it, but I didn't abuse it. Like I wasn't like, someone who was like, yeah, fuck you and doing what I want. I'm gonna get fucked up and, ruin your life or something. Like I wasn't like that. I was a conservative, decent, person when I did those things. I didn't abuse it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's okay to have a drink, every day, or like how I did. Like I had a beer and I would have my, I used to say spliff, have my joint, whatever, rolled up one, and then that was it. I get sometimes I wouldn't even smoke the whole thing because I'll be so tired. And as I got older, I smoked less because it affected me more. It was, higher grade, you know. Like everybody says now, these young guys say it's loud. I got that loud. So I stopped at the right time, I didn't I got tired of like spending money on all that shit. I couldn't imagine doing it now, like and living the life that I live. Like I can't. I just don't want to do it. But it's all good. I can openly admit that I did it and openly admit that, it's the best thing to stop. And that's it. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash it because I did it. And I only bash people who abuse it. Anybody can abuse anything. You can abuse food, you can abuse, this, psychic shit, you can abuse, work, you can abuse a person, you can abuse alcohol. And, if you do it, in moderation, like you said, it's a different situation. Oh yeah, it's definitely more expensive now than it ever has been. And that's what makes me mad. It's like that's why I stopped because everything went up. Alcohol went up, cigarettes went up, and weed went up. And that summer, 7 years ago, that summer it went up. The weed went up by $25, and I was like, yeah, this is my turn. This is my time to stop. And cigarettes went up. Everything went up that year, and I was like, you know what? I ain't doing this shit no more. Fuck this. Well, that's the thing. I never really had a bad experience because I got it from a very reliable source. I got it from my best friend, and he would test it out before I even had it. So if something happened to him, he would definitely not give it to me. And that's one thing about me. Like I'm very grateful to God that I never was in a bad predicament with those things. I never got in trouble. I never had a problem. Like, I know people who did, but I felt like even though I did it, I'll just say it. I did things that I weren't supposed to do, but I got away with it by the grace of God and spirit. They're like, Mark, you're not supposed to be doing this shit, but you know what? We'll protect you while you do it. But you're gonna give it up eventually. You'll see. And that's why like I always have conversations with spirit and people and I tell them, look, if you're lucky enough to get away with nothing bad happening, then that's telling you to stop. It's always been laced, you know. I've heard that word so much, you know. Back in the day, it was laced from certain people because when the weed was trash, they would lace it because they didn't want to. That's what happened here in Bermuda. We got a bad batch of weed one year, and it was during like the Christmas time, and it didn't even look like weed. It was like shit, and somebody had laced it so to make it, come back. And people were smoking it, and they was like, "Yeah, it's shitty looking, but it gets you high." And I'm like, "No thanks, I ain't smoking that shit." I looked at it and I was like, "No thanks, I ain't buying that shit. I ain't buying no weed that looks like fucking trash." So yeah, I got sold parsley one time and all that shit. I got robbed a few times, with weed and people giving me shit. And I'm looking at this shit like, look at this fucking shit. These bastards robbed me. But it's difficult because in Bermuda, like, if a package gets, uh, taken, you're not gonna see that shit. Like, yeah, you're gonna get the trash. And when you want it, you'll go to different sources, and then those different sources, if they don't know you, they're gonna say, "Yeah, we don't know this guy. Let me just give him some fucking bullshit. He ain't coming back here because we'll fucking shoot his ass or we'll beat his ass if he comes back looking for us, even though we robbed him." So there was times like I said, you know what, I'm just gonna take a break, and when the good shit comes back, yeah. Oh yeah, shake, yeah. That one thing about like that shit, there's always like different names for it. Yeah, yeah, shake, yeah, yep. I used to say that too. Yeah. It's like sometimes you got like the bud, and then on the bottom you had like the shake. That's what we used to call it. Had on the lap, like they would put that shake in there just to make the gram, the scale and all that shit. I used to do all that shit, man. I'm just glad I got away with it and didn't have to like, didn't get locked up or anything like that. So I'm glad. And another thing that hurt my heart a lot, and I mentioned it on here a few times, was a guy I used to smoke with and buy like weed from. He was like, he lives like 5 minutes away from here, not even like probably 3 minutes, right? And we used to smoke together, and I used to buy weed from him. This is probably like when I was like 20, maybe 22, 23, something like that, maybe. And I'll never forget, like he started to like deteriorate in front of my eyes, and I'm like, "What happened, man? You sick? You got cancer or something, man?" Like, I don't want to get in your business, but like, what's wrong, bro? And he's like, "I'm hooked on heroin." And I'm like, "You're hooked on what?" I was like, you can't be on heroin, bro. Come on, man. And he started crying. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna die any day now." And I'm like, "You look like you're gonna die. That's why I asked you if you was okay." And he said the heroin was taking over his body when he was in his right mind. And no shit, like about 2 months later, he died. And that was probably one of the worst funerals I went to. I cried like crazy because I saw him every day. I worked with his dad. I saw him every day. Him and I um, had like a verbal contract so I can use like our crew name, our gang name, or our neighborhood name. I wouldn't say gang, but like our neighborhood name. Um, as like, my music thing and stuff, and to start our group. And he gave me the go ahead because he's the founder. And he used to be a great artist, like, drawing artist. He had so much talent, and he had kids, and he was probably like maybe 2 or 3 years older than me. He was probably like 26. So he died like when he was like maybe, I don't know, 28, maybe something like that, from heroin overdose and heroin shit. And the guy who sold him the heroin, I know the guy too. And I was like, well, I wanted to kill him, and everybody wanted to kill him. He ended up moving away to England so nobody won't beat the shit out of him. I don't even know if he's still living. Hopefully not. Fucker. No weeds and booze for you? Yeah, I don't blame you. Me neither. Girly Sunday said, I've never asked you this, but can you give me some messages from my grandmother? She's passed on, but I've been feeding her in my energy. Yeah, I can try and tap into her for you. Yeah. 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 It literally did this to this guy, like to my boy, like, and I never forget it. I watched him die within 3 months. Within 3 months, his whole body deteriorated from heroin. And my other friend told me that he was doing it, but I didn't believe it. Like, I was like, that guy don't do that, man. That's my boy, man. I see him every day. I drop his dad off. at work. Like, said that's impossible. Like that can't be, because his dad would have told me. And his dad ended up, crying and telling me, yeah, man, he got hooked on that shit. That fucking guy came there and must have laced him shit, and then we got hooked on it, see, because he had money. And he ended up selling that shit to like try and save his life and all that. He fucked his whole life up, man. But, I forgive him. I love him. He's my boy, and I don't want. I know, he got influenced and shit, but it's still his choice to take it. But I'm sure he probably didn't think that he was gonna like, die from it. See, nobody thinks they're gonna die, that they'll go rehab and they'll be cool. It all depends on your body. Like your body can get destroyed by that shit. Heroin's man made, so man made shit destroys you. Yeah, it's sad. He was in his late 20s when he died. He was just a couple years older than me. And I remember I was like 23 and he was like 27 and he passed away. That's one of the worst days of my life. His funeral was one of the worst days of my life. I never forget. That was one of that's a funeral I never want to relive, even though it's all in my memory. But it's life. Yeah, it definitely can kill you. Heroin, all that crack and coke and all that shit, man. Like even cigarettes and shit, like smoking that shit 24/7, and like alcohol and all that. Like alcohol will kill you. I've seen people deteriorate, man. Like I'm 47 years old, and there's guys out there that my age. I had a guy tell me yesterday. No, not yesterday. When did I get my tires done? What's today? Friday? And it was Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday. Wednesday, I saw my friend from my neighborhood. I ain't seen him in years. And he's like, Mark? I was like, yo, what's up, Cam? You cool? He's like, fuck, you still look good. And I'm like, oh, thanks, bro. I said, you know why? I never been married, never had kids. And I said, I stopped drinking and smoking. He goes, fuck, that's why I look old? I said, yep. I said, it's okay, bro. I still love you. So we had a good laugh. But he said that I look good for my age. And I'm like, oh, I know, because there's a lot of people out there that's my age that look like shit. And they're all a lot of guys I grew up with, they all look terrible. Like their hair is all white, like they're 80. And they look like shit. They got wrinkles all in their face and their teeth are all yellow and fucked up. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with these people, man? Stop fucking drinking and smoking, man. Live your life. I saw one of my friends today on Instagram. He's on vacation. And he looks terrible. He's all like his face is all sucked in, and he's a year older than me. He looks like he's fucking 60, 70 years old. I'm like, what the fuck? Now he knows I was only joking anyway, even though I, technically wasn't. But yeah, it's all good. It happens. Like I've lost a lot of friends to drugs and alcohol, like all my hood buddies and shit. One of my, like I said, um one of my best friends that I met through him. We were all cool. We were supposed to go to a party, and then he ended up going on his motorcycle. And then on his way home, he was like fucking around on a motorcycle and he was racing. He was drunk as fuck, probably high too. He didn't smoke that much, but he had like a few. He drank a lot, and he was already in bike accidents already. He never learned his fucking lesson. But anyway, he ended up hitting this bridge, and when he hit the bridge, he went through the bridge, and he fell inside the water. And the water that he fell in was like a current, so he got knocked out, and he had his helmet on, and he drowned. And we guys couldn't believe it. The next day, when my friend called me and said that he had passed away, I thought he was like joking or something, or like they had made a mistake. And I was like, we just saw him yesterday. What the fuck you talking about? We saw him before he went to the party. And when he said that to me, like I was devastated. Cause when I see somebody like the day before they die, that shit fucks with you. Like, you're like, what the fuck? What do you mean you just fucking saw him yesterday? So that I will never forget that day and that call, like, and I just imagine that shit. I never saw like the accident or never heard of anything about it. But when I got told about it, my spirit put the whole vision in my brain, like the whole accident in my brain. And then he did pretty much. He let me see his accident. It's crazy, man. I don't know, man. I love both of them, but they both made big mistakes and left their family behind. But I still talk to them in spirit. I still acknowledge them when their birthdays come up and shit like that. And I forgive them and stuff. I always speak to them and shit. But it hurts to see them. Those guys are so young, man. I miss them both. They're good guys. And my other buddy that died from a heart attack because he smoked too much cigarettes too. My buddy Jay, I put him on Instagram. He is one of my DJ friends. He passed away last year, and I was devastated, to see him like go as well. Hey Justin, how you doing? No, Miss Bikini. It's probably gonna take a while. It's probably gonna because it's coming from Europe because my car is a European car. It's a Peugeot, so it's from France. So they gotta order the parts from there. So it's probably gonna take like 10 days to get here. But it's cool. I can wait. So good. But the car runs good. It just needs certain parts, but it's fine. I can wait. Um yeah, I'm doing good. Girly Sunday, I got your donation. I'll tap into your situation with the grandma. Genetics also play a role. They say if you want to get an idea of how you're going to age, check out your eldest. My family still. Yeah, my mom and dad. My mom's 78. My dad's 80. My dad doesn't look that great, but he looks better than some 80-year-olds. Um, he looks better than Joe Biden, so I guess that's good. Um, but my dad's like he's got like heart problems and shit. So, but he's all right though. He's not. His hair is not all completely white, and he still has his brain, and he's still a pain in the ass. But he's lost a lot of weight. You know. I saw that debate yesterday. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? I had to turn that shit off. I couldn't watch that shit. I don't even know how the fuck they got that guy up there like that. Sad. It's sad what this world's come to. But anyway, I still think that leaders of a country should be younger, not that old anyway. Yeah, that debate was wild. It was stupid, and I don't even understand. Even the guy Kennedy, like he was like talking all weird. I don't know what the fuck. I never seen that guy a day in my life. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy Kennedy? Who the fuck is this? And he was like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Trump's the only one that's got like, he's still got like his speech is fine. He's an arrogant fucker, but like he was the only sane one on there. Like he was the only one who had his brain. There's other two guys. They were like they was lost in the matrix. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with these people. Like, they look weird as shit. I don't know that America's all messed up. It's sad because I love America and I love going there, but the governments are all cuckoo. Like they're all crazy. They need some like young blood to take over. Like, but they just keep dealing with these old fools all the time. So, and 4 years ago, I lost a lot of friends on here because I told everybody that Joe Biden is going to ruin your country, and I was right. I was like, oh well, you guys don't want to listen. You gotta be my friend. I'm just telling you, that guy ain't gonna do nothing. And look, that's why none of them come back in here and say anything to me because they're like, fucking Mark was right. You know I'm right. I can tell you that without cards. That guy's an idiot. He always has been an idiot. Anyway, I don't like talking about politics too much because a lot of people get sensitive. But let me tell you, Bermuda is no different. We have a young president, and he's 45, I think. He's younger than me, and he's a complete jackass. He doesn't know anything. He has older people telling him what to do. He's a liar, he's a thief, and he's an asshole, and I don't like him. He's been in power for a few years now, and hopefully he gets out. I don't like him at all. Never did, never will. Even the party that he's with, they're all like a bunch of fucking idiots. Ever since he's been in power, everything's gone up. Everything's like ridiculous. The inflation is ridiculous, and he hasn't done anything to like make it better. Nothing. I can't tell you one thing. So yeah, a lot of those people are quiet now because they see it's the end of the road for them. So like we have there's a lot of young leaders and a lot of old leaders, but the problem is it doesn't matter who's in power. Not everybody's gonna like you, and not everybody's gonna agree with your system, and you're either gonna benefit from it or you're gonna lose from it, and that's how it's always been. When I been 18 years old and I got enrolled to the army, I was forced to vote that year because I had my Bermuda status, right? I was an official adult, and they gave me all my paperwork. So they said, look, you have to go vote. So choose somebody to vote for. And the person I vote for won in my constituency, right? And I asked him for simple things because he came to me and talked to me and says, what do you want? What do you feel is right? And what do you want? And I told him, and he never did any of the things that my community asked him to do after we voted for him. So I was like, you know what? I'm never voting ever again for anyone. And I never did. I've never voted for anybody ever since because I don't care. Because it doesn't matter who is there or not, because it ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna get nothing from the government. Government don't give a shit about you. I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, but if you want my opinion, when Trump was in power years ago, everything was better. Whether you believe that or not, or that's not your opinion, or you're like totally against him, he's not perfect by any means. Nobody is. But when he was in power and I went to the United States, it was a lot better than what it was the past 4 years. I tell you that right now. And I don't even live in the States. But when I was going out there, it was a lot better. Everybody was happy. Nobody was complaining. Things were way better than it is now. That's for sure. So before COVID, when he was in power, everything was fine. To me, it's a lot better than what it is now. So that's all I can say. So when it changed, I was mad because I was like, this is going to go downhill. And the same thing in Bermuda. Same thing. Our president before this one was great, and they got rid of him for this idiot. And then this idiot fucked everything up. So yeah, life goes on. Well, if everybody said that it was going to be World War III, that shit ain't going to happen. That shit's not going to happen. There ain't going to be no World War III. There's too much at stake for that. See, it's not going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Don't ever believe that bullshit. That ain't going to happen. Because if a war breaks out, it's going to be quick. Everybody's going to get fucked up, and that's the reality of it. And everybody's going to that's too much on the line for that. There's too much like to do. So that's why it's threats, and there's like things everybody was, scared because Biden's in power. So he's like a loony tune, he's a weirdo. So they thought he was going to initiate it, but he ain't going to do nothing. Nothing got done. Even America at its weakest point right now, their army and navy and their war force is top notch. So it's not like, they're easy pullover, you know? That ain't gonna happen. War is not the solution anyway. War has never been the solution. And it never will be. War is just gonna make everything worse. That's my opinion. Yep, exactly, Jocelyn. And you've been in the world longer than I have. So they all lie and make promises they never keep. And that's the reality of government. That's why I can't stand government. I don't vote for nobody. I don't give a shit who the president is. And I don't give the only person that I've ever liked as a president is Ronald Reagan. He was the best president in my lifetime. He was the only guy that I respected and the only guy that actually did anything that made me happy, you know. But, yeah, everything, like the war, the economy, all that shit's bad. Like, everything's bad. Miss Bikini, no, I haven't got the car parts. It won't be here for probably like 10 days to 2 weeks because it's coming from Europe. Yeah. Well, he was born on the same day as me. That's why I like him. Ronald Reagan was born on February 6th, just like me. Well, I'm just like him, February 6th. But that's not the only reason why I liked him. Is because he went against drugs and war and all that shit. That's why they tried to kill his ass and eventually did. But that's why, because he went against all that drugs and he fucked up. He went against everybody. He had power, see. So he was a good president, in my opinion. And he got mentioned yesterday during the debate. So anybody who knows him knows he was a good president. He had like a good resume, in my opinion. And to me, the next one will probably be Donald Trump for sure. In my era, I love Donald Trump. I think he's hilarious, and I think he's a very good president. When he was in power, he did a good job, and because he did a good job, the devil got to him and defeated him for the past 4 years. But hopefully, everybody's waking up now and put him back in power and hopefully fix this mess. So hopefully that'll happen. But we shall see. And hopefully Bermuda gets another president too, because this one sucks too. But we'll see. Change is good. We'll see what happens. Dan, how you doing? Yeah, I don't like to talk about politics too much on here because I've gotten to a lot of arguments with people and I've lost friends over it. But it's okay. I don't mind people talking about it. Just let's not fight over it. It's just an opinion. Everybody likes who they like, and that's it. Those are my opinions. You might not agree with it, but it's okay. Like, we don't have to argue about it. I'm not going to argue with anybody, whether you like Biden or you like Trump or you're left or you're right. I could care less. I'm not going to fight nobody over it. I learned my lesson over that. But I don't live in your country. You don't live in mine. So it's okay to have an opinion. Everybody's good so far. Everybody's okay. It's just hot as shit and humid as shit. And it rained all day yesterday, and now it's okay. It's better. And I don't have a headache anymore. All right, I got to do a reading for Girly. Yes, I am an Aquarius, February 6th. I was born on a day where a lot of famous people were born. February 6th is the birthday of Ronald Reagan and Bob Marley, two legends in the world. and now me 3. There's a few other people born on February 6th too, but I can't remember. But uh, most Aquarians are very popular in the world, like Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, and many, many more. There's a list of Aquarians who do good for the world and do bad too. So, you know, yeah. Oh, you're an Aquarius too? Oh, cool. There you go. That's good. So yeah, that's my, it's an Aquarius thing, I guess. Yeah. See, Dan's married to a woman that's January 28th. See, that's good. All right, so girly, you want me to check your grandma, right? All right, let me see. And you said you feel her around you? It's weird because I got two people, to be honest. I see two spirits at the same time. One woman short and stocky, and there's another taller woman that has like short curly hair, and the other woman has like hair like to like right here, but it's straight. She's got like a round, like chubby face. I see two people. They're both together. One's short and one's taller. Hmm. I feel like these two know each other and they used to work with each other or something like that. And I see them like in an old room, like a room where they have like this big silver, like round, like thing, and they're like they got water in it, and they're like making something, and they're both barefooted. I don't think these two are like. I think these two maybe are related, but they're together and they're both showing me things like them working together or with each other. But like I don't think they're sisters or anything like that because the height difference is significantly different. Let me see if I can get them. I don't know if this makes any sense to you, Gary. Just let me know if like they're if these people may look like that or these two. I don't know if your granny lived with this lady or she was around this lady. It could be her best friend or she could have lived with her. The shorter lady is talking to me. Taller one's not saying nothing, but the shorter lady's talking to me. Yeah, I mean, this could be like, somebody that she reunited with in spirit, you know? Like I'm looking at them in spirit. So this could be someone she reconnected with that she used to be with, work with, or she used to live around, you know? It's a taller lady. I don't know if your grandmother was short, like, maybe 5 foot something. Like not tall, but like short. Oh, 5'7" is my height, so that's short. That's not like tall. Like I get like a person that's like my height, like 5'6", 7, that's short to me. That's short. But this lady's like 6 foot something. Like the other lady she's talking to she's with. So she could be the shorter one, you know? Because she looks short compared to this lady. Because the other lady's like 6 foot something. And she's light skinned and she's got a big crop of hair, but it's short and it's curly. Because they're in the same room together. Like, and they're just there. But like where they are, they're in like a old place. Like the room looks old and they're like got one of those like thing. Yeah, like I said, this person might not be somebody the taller one. She just shows me who she's hanging around in spirit. There's this tall lady, must be her friend or something. I don't know who it is. She hasn't said anything, but like like when you said here, like you said she was like quiet. Like she gives me that vibes and she seems like she wanted to be alone because no one understood her. Like she might have had like a way about her, how she talked and how she related to people, but nobody really understood her and just like probably knew her as a learner. Like people say, like people just want to be like by themselves because people don't understand them and shit. And she might have had like no real um like even her if she was married or something like that, it was probably not a good marriage or it probably like ended different. Um Yeah, that's why I said, like, when I first saw her, it looks like her and this tall lady were working together. That's why I was confused in the beginning. I was like, why is these two like doing shit together in this with this big pan or something? They had like a big round silver pan and they were like next to it talking to each other. So maybe this is like her work friend that she was hanging around. But I mean, I think I don't see like a man around her. Maybe she had like maybe her the man that she was with passed away way earlier than her, or maybe he's alive and she's like around him or something like that. But I don't get that it was like that great towards the end or something to that effect. Where she had friends that weren't really decent friends to her. If she had a son, she's probably hanging around her son because like I got a man around her, but I don't think this is like her husband or something. It could be like her. 'Cause I see like a younger guy. Could be her son or could be her brother. If she didn't have a son, then it's probably like a brother. If she had a brother, I see her like she's showing me another man now, like this younger guy. Yeah. Well, the guy has like short hair, and he's got like a mustache and goatee, like like how my beard is, like that, but like more of like a mustache I can see, and like a goatee type of facial hair. But he seems like a decent person. Like for her to show me him, it's because like he's a decent person. I can only see from here up. I can't see like his whole body. But he looks like, he looks average. He's not fat or skinny. He looks like maybe medium. But I can't see his whole body. I can just see like it's from here up. And he's got like dark hair. It's like brown or black hair. I'm trying to get like something for you, like if she wants to say anything to you. But she just keeps showing me like people and things and stuff like that. But I'm gonna like ask her if she wants me to tell you anything. The first thing she said was pay attention to your surroundings. Like she says, pay attention more. She wants you to pay attention to everything around you. And she says, don't worry about being by yourself or being alone or having the conflict of interest of other people. Like, don't get into any like conflicts or things like that. And like she doesn't want you to feel incomplete because you don't have somebody or you don't have people around you or whatever, certain people like that around you. She says you might not have people don't have the ability to work with you because they might be intimidated of you. Like sometimes we see that. I see that in the cars. Like people like might be skeptical to talk to you when you come across like to certain people. Like you have that energy. I always tease you about that because it comes up and she's saying the same thing. Like don't let that affect you. Just keep being who you are. Like she's saying, don't like if she knows you're looking for real like love and real, people, but she says the real love comes towards you instead of like other people, and try not to feel like you have to be perfect. like she says you're very honest and reliable, and you're a good person. She says that for someone to deserve you, it's only because they have to reciprocate the same to you. You know. She said that even though you might be friendly and sympathetic and things like that, sometimes that's not gonna be come across to certain people as a decent thing, because people are like that. She just she says to be smart, and be smart of your choices, and you know she has nothing bad to say, to be honest. She just she says that your wishes will happen eventually. Just keep balancing yourself. And she says try not to mix the past with what you're doing now. She says don't try and mix in the past to justify something in the future or in the present. She wants you to be satisfied and happy, and to live your life. Yeah. She shows me some like uh, a piece of jewelry that you might have kept that she gave you, or something that you have of hers. It might be like a brochure, or it might be like a pendant thing. I see it's round, and it's got maybe a emblem on it or something like that. I can't see it, but she went like this and showed me. I don't know if it's hers or yours, or she gave it to you. Yeah. No, I just finished telling this to my sister, because my sister looks for recognition sometimes, even though she doesn't admit it, from her job and from her higher ups. And I said, look, you don't need that. Fuck that shit. Just be, the best version of yourself. You don't need nobody's acceptance. If you do your job, you live your life, who fucking cares what these people think? Mhm. I don't know if she had I'm gonna I can see it now. I don't know if this is I don't have anything like that from her, but I wear my mom's bracelet. Did she wear did she ever wear jewelry? Did she ever have a chain with a round circle thing on it? It's weird. I'm being shown this thing. I don't know what it is, but oh, it's weird. No jewelry. So why the fuck is she showing me this piece of jewelry? I'll show you what it looks like. Look. It looks like a round. Well, if your grandmother is your mom's mom, then maybe that's it. It's not a very good picture, but it's got a lace looking round outline, Like you know how you have like you know how like old ladies used to do doodles and they used to put it like they used to have like the little lace thing that goes around, like really fine lace, and then they had like this is what the jewelry looks like. It's got like it's the chain and it's got like this little lace thing and it's got like a gold like flat part and it's got like a ruby or a gem. It's like purplish and it looks like that. She just went like this and showed it to me. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I'll ask her. It's like a chain with a pen and it looks nice, but it's flat and it's got like and like see how like I drew like the little lace part around it? And then it's got like the piece and then it's got like the thing in the middle. That's what she showed. I'm not a very good drawer, but that's what she showed me just now. I don't know why. Maybe you knew. But if you don't know, then maybe she just shown it to me. If your mom had one like that, maybe it was handed down from her to your mom. Yeah. So maybe your mom has it. Oh, the bracelet. So you have a bracelet. So yeah. But I don't see a bracelet. I see a chain with a pen with a pendant. And it's pretty. It's gold with like a gold outline lace like I drew, and it's got like the little ruby thing in the middle. Looks nice. It's like what older people used to wear. Did your was your is your mom like brown skin and has like black hair and was slim? She showed me another lady, some lady, and she's like brown skin, not like too dark, but like brown skin, and she's got black hair, like thick black hair, short, and she's thin, and she's wearing like a uniform or like a dress. Like, yeah, not like yeah, light skin, but like not dark, but like brown skin. Like brown light skin. Maybe. Hey, I see another lady. She's showing me with black hair, black like thick hair and slim, and wearing an outfit. But she looks like, but this is like a person that looks like maybe 65, 70, but they look good for their age. My uncle made me a necklace from the Egyptian necklace. Okay, cool. I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with that. I don't know. Could be. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, like this person looks that age, but would be like 70 now. So I don't know how long your mom's been passed, but I see like a lady with black hair and thin, and it looks like it was from a long time ago when she looked that age, and she was wearing like a uniform or like uh, a all-in-one like dress type of thing. I see her in blue. Yeah, see, that must be her then. Yeah, because the person now will be 70, looks 70. But the image I got was like from back then. I don't know if she wore like a uniform, like, or something like a blue uniform. 'Cause I got her wearing like a blue, like a baby blue outfit, like shirt and dress, or like it looks like a all in one thing. That's what she's wearing, like a baby blue outfit. She's got black hair and she's thin. But at first I got an older image. So that makes sense. It's probably her then. I didn't know your mom was passed. See, and now she's telling me that that tall lady was her aunt. 'Cause I'm trying to figure out who the tall lady was, and she just said that's my auntie. Yeah, it's like they like she has like a like it's a all it's like the top and the skirt, but like it's all one color, like it all looks like a whole yeah, I can see her. She just showed up. Yeah, she looks stylish. Like the place I see her, it looks like an airport or something like that. Yeah, the taller lady is an auntie, like her auntie, not yours, but like her. She said that's my auntie. So I'm wondering where the hell this woman fits in to the story. Yeah, like the woman looks young. She doesn't look old. Like none of these people look old. You know, like ancient. But yeah, I think this is your mom then. She fits that description. Okay. I got good energy though. I don't get nothing bad at all. I'm not even feeling anything bad. I'm just getting images and then her talking, here and there. The tall person don't even talk to me, but yeah. But I feel like this is your mom, and that the this one I just saw just now. This could be her, yeah. And she's like walking through like a busy looking place. It looks like an airport, but I don't know if it is. Good people though. I don't get nothing bad at all. I don't even feel any energy from them. It's just like images and things like that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like an airport, so I would say, yeah, it looks like an airport place. I don't see any planes or anything, but it looks like she's walking through these areas that look like an airport. So it could be, yeah, could be an Air Force base. I can't see too much, but like When I see her, like it looks like an airport to me. That's why I said it. Like it looks like an airport. But right before that, she said, "Man, I can't remember what the fuck she just said. She just said something about." She says, I know she's tired, but tell her keep moving." That's what she said. Like she says, "Oh, I know she's tired, but tell her keep moving." So I don't know if you've been tired lately or you're tired like of certain things, but she's like, just keep moving, just keep going. Yeah. Well, the women in your family are good and strong. See, that's why she told me what she told me. She was like, I know you must be tired, or I know she's tired, but tell her keep moving, keep going. Yeah. But she's like, even though you're tired, just keep moving, keep going. It's like she wants you to motivate yourself to do more. Like, she's a nice lady. I like her energy. She's cool. She's more talkative. Your mom. And I see her around a guy that's taller than her, and he's brown skinned, and he's got like short hair, and he's clean shaved, and he looks good. He looks like a cool guy too. I don't know who that is, but I saw her standing next to him. He's a bit taller than her. Well, not a bit, but a pretty good, like taller than her. And he's got like he's dark, a little bit darker than her, just a slight bit. Yeah, Marley came in earlier in my earlier life, and she was working, but she couldn't stay. But yeah, I'll be on here all weekend. I'll be hanging out with everybody every night, or at least trying to. I gotta go get my ass to bed now. It's 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, but yeah, girlie, that's nice that your mom, grandma, your mom's auntie. Like sometimes it takes a while for everybody to show up. Sometimes in the beginning, it was pretty difficult trying to see what was going on, but afterwards, they people, they started to say a few more things. But it all depends. Like they don't. Sometimes like they say a lot, and sometimes it takes a while for them to kick in. But I'm glad they came through. But you got a few people around you, so that's good. It's not just your grandma. I saw your mom. I saw these two guys, the tall lady, which is the auntie. So like five different people I saw. So they're all around you, even though some of them don't talk. But if they're showing me them, then that's they're around you, or they know you, they acknowledge you. They help you in certain ways. You don't have to know somebody in spirit for them to help you. You know. Yeah, the two men I saw, they were very brief. They didn't say anything. It's just people that they probably hang around. But your grandma and mom came through, so and like I said, the tall lady didn't say anything. But in the end, your mom said that was her auntie, so which is your grandma's sister. So I don't know if she was the tallest one or the oldest one. So I know people have tall, short people in their families. I do. I have My uncle's tall as shit, and my nephew, and yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Nobody's never alone, you know. It's just people are only alone. Good night, Miss Bikini. People are only alone if you want to be. That's what I just finished telling my sister not too long ago that we're not alone. She's like, yes, we are. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, listen, we're not alone. The spirits around you all the time. You think you're alone, you're not. Spirits around you, and if you acknowledge them, it's good. Like it's always good to acknowledge them. But hey, I can't force nobody to acknowledge anybody. I can go blue in the face doing mediumship readings for people, and they will just still never believe, or they still don't understand. But I'm glad you do. So that's good. Yeah, I didn't even know your mom was passed. And my condolences to you. Um, I know it's hard not having like a mom and all that around. That's tough, but yeah. But I see them like at this old place. Like the room looks old, and like it's like a you know how back in the day, like even my auntie and my grandma, they used to do it. You know how they had like women had these big pots in the middle of the room or in a section of a room, like a big ass pot. And they used to like, back then you didn't have no gas stove. You had to make your own fire, and like you cook shit in there, like soup or like chickens or whatever, like you know what I'm saying? I don't know how she grew up, like when she was first, like when she was younger, and that's where I see her and the tall lady. They're surrounded like around this pot, and they were like trying to ignite the fire, like to get the pot going, and they're in like this old like looking ghetto looking place. I guess this must have been like a place where they were brought up like many years ago. Because when I was like really really young, my auntie had shit like that. They would use like the old corn on the cobs to like to be like instead of wood, they would use corn on the cob and ignite that, and that'll be like the fire. I don't know if you ever seen that before, like, but my auntie and my grandma used to do that. Like they used to start the fire and then put like the old dried up cobs, like to like start the fire and shit. See, you said Central America, and I swear to God, I was just about ready to say it looks like a Mexico type of like place, like cause it looks hot there where she was. Cause when I first saw her, she had beads of sweat on her head, and the other lady was like trying to wipe her sweat, and I can see outside like, and it looks like it was hot, and it looked ghetto. See, that makes sense. So this is them, but way back, and that's where this tall lady and her were like cooking up something in this silver pan thing, like not a pan, but like a big ass pot. I knew it. See, so you said poverty in Central America. I said, yep. I knew it looked that because that's where my family was in Portugal in like a place called San Miguel, and it's like Central America. It's like it's poverty and like ghetto shit. They use like certain things to ignite the pots and shit. I got to see that shit like years ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're showing me where they lived. That's cool. Yeah, beautiful places are always got like the poverty shit and all that stuff. Like it's just the way it is. But yeah, that was a pleasure. I'm glad we got to see that, and I got to like confirm that that was them. So that's cool. Oh, that's what happens. You come from the trenches and come from like bad shit. You end up making it. A lot more people in this world. They need to live that life because that life still exists. People still live in poverty and shacks and all fucked up places in Central America and all over the world. Here in Bermuda, we don't have none of that shit. Like people live good out here. There ain't no real poor people here like that. But back in the day, like in those places, even now, but back then it was worse, obviously. A lot of people here, I wish I can put them in a time machine and take them back 40, 50 years ago so they can appreciate the life they live now. Because if it wasn't for our grandmothers and grandfathers and our ancestors, we wouldn't have none of this shit we have today. That's why a lot of people are fucked up in this world. It's the older generation that made everything right, and the newer generation's fucking everything up. And they have no clue what it's like to live and to make mean and make live amongst your means like they do now. They don't know what sacrifice is. They don't know what poverty is. A lot of these people don't know shit. You know? They are wasteful ass mofos in this world, man. It sickens me. And I'm not even that old, but I got to see when I was young. I saw all that bullshit my parents went through and my grandmas and shit, grandpa. I never saw my grandfather, but yeah, the older generation made everything better for us. That's why I can't stand the new generation when they diss the old generation. I'm like, you people don't know shit. You don't even know what it's like. You motherfuckers have got everything. We didn't have none of this shit you got. When I was young, I had nothing compared to these kids. That's why I have everything I want now. I have all the things I've always wanted because I can afford it. I worked hard for it, but when I was young, yeah, right. I didn't even know what a hat was. I didn't even have no fucking hats, no jewelry, no nothing. Shit. One pair of socks, two pairs of underwear, school shit, school shirts and school pants and socks and shoes and one pair of sneakers and get over it. And everything got handed down to me from my brother. I wore all his shit when I got old enough. People don't know shit about sacrifice and all that growing up. These kids grow up now, they got everything. And you know what? I don't blame them. I blame, society and the way the world is. You know? Yeah, and when you do, they'll be ready for you. But hopefully no time soon. Because they need good people like us in the world. That's why I beg God to keep me alive so I can help people. People need people like me and you and people who come into this room that are decent people. I was telling somebody today that, I have a lot of decent people that come in here. I don't have no weirdos that come in here no more. I got all decent people that come in here. We all conversate and talk about life. And we're all pretty much like in the same age brackets or not too far ahead of each other. And there's got people in here that are like minded and know what life is. So it's good to talk about things like that and do stuff and to know spirits around us and helping us. Yeah. But yeah, I'll leave the video up. It's fun. I don't take down any videos unless I do crazy shit or whatever. But I ain't doing nothing. So it'll be here when you need it. All right, sweetheart. I'm gonna go get some sleep. It's too, and my dog's snoring like crazy. She's right behind me today. I gotta wake her ass up and take her ass to go pee so I can go sleep. Cause she's making me jealous right now, snoring. I want to be snoring too. All right, have a good weekend, girly Sunday, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Good night, take care, and I'll see you. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, it's 1:42 in the morning. I definitely need to get my ass to bed. I've been on here for 2 hours. But I don't mind. I ain't got nothing to really do tomorrow, so I'm good. I just gotta paint the closet tomorrow morning when I get up. So I'm good. As long as I get my 6, 7 hours of sleep, I'll be happy. Anyway, good night. Take care.